can smash into people and roll them, and you ram people, and you can do massive jumps, and you can catch on fire, and it just blows doors off all that pussy shit. Well, I got into MMA because I met Kid Code. I used to watch some fights and Pride stuff and some K1 stuff, so I was always a fan, but didn't think about being involved in it. But I met Kid at Carey Hart and Pink's wedding, and then he said I was fat and out of shape, and I just recently broke both my elbows and separated my shoulder, and then I did the same jump again and broke both my elbows again and dislocated this shoulder and had swollen intestines. So I did 6 months on the couch and got all fat and out of shape. He said he'd get me in shape, so I went to Vegas and he taught me how to throw a jab. And me and Kid became really good friends. He was like a sober guy, and I just recently got sober. So pretty much from that day on, just showed me how to throw a jab, showed me how to throw a straight right hand. Kicked the bag until my shin and foot was blistering red and I could barely walk on it anymore. And I sparred Gina Carano and she kicked me in the face. And then pretty much after that, that was it. I was just a fighter. I don't know what level, but it's funny. Ever since then, I've just been skateboarding, fighting, replaced it. Well, competing in skateboarding, I was really good. So competing in skateboarding was less nerves. I don't know. In skateboarding it's weird. I was always good. I'm good at skateboarding. So when I was in contests, it was sort of just being in the zone and being really cool. I guess competing was definitely not as nervous. I just wasn't really scared of anything on the ramp. Maybe a couple of tricks in the end there where, maybe mega ramp I was a little bit nervous because you could die on that thing, but all in all, really not that nervous. And in fighting, ridiculously nervous. And once again, really the satisfaction of winning a fight compared to winning a contest. I didn't even really win a major contest, but there really is nothing that compares. As far as maybe I have a really big fear with confrontation, and I don't really like to fight people. But when I fight, it's a sport. MMA and boxing is all a sport to me. I don't see it as an aggressive thing at all. I just see it as a competitive thing, and I'm not worried about the pain. Skateboarding's hurt me way more than fighting could ever hurt me. It's just it's the rawness it's the rawest competition you can ever be involved in. So the adrenaline is just so high, and there's so many nerves and thoughts, and feeling strong and powerful and weak and terrified, and I just fucking love it, man. And truck racing, I'm the worst fucking truck racer that ever lived. So that one just involves, I guess at first I was just shitting myself because watching him it's no big deal, but when you're in it and you don't know what you're doing and you don't have a background like everybody else in it, it's pretty scary. And that was intimidating, scary, and a letdown because I didn't, it takes a lot longer than one season to pick it up. And it's a little bit of a letdown. I wish I was still in that. I'm not in it this year. It's a bummer. Well, I'll tell you right now, Rallycross is game. The Lucas Oil Series is far superior to the rally thing because you fucking can smash into people and roll them, and you ram people, and you can do massive jumps, and you can catch on fire, and it just blows doors off all that pussy shit. It's awesome. I've done a jump before where I have jumped like 60 or 70 feet, and then another dude's wheel is in the side of my door, and I'm like, that's a dude's wheel in my car, and then bounce off, ragdolling down the, I don't know where I am, what's going on. It's some awesome shit. I really want to, like get into it more, get some sponsors, and maybe I'll probably end up having to pay myself to get in there. That's how bad of a driver I am. But I really plan on making a lot of money in radio and buying my own truck and having my own race team and just bumming out a bunch of people that are far better drivers than me and just ruining their day if they want to come to the pits and start some shit. Going from a pro skateboarder to a radio show, all you got to do is be good friends with Tony Hawk, and it's pretty much just a done deal. I was hanging out on the couch, smoking weed, occasionally going down to the DC ramp to shoot a skateboard photo. Once again, if I didn't know Danny and Colin, probably my skateboard career would have already been over because I just got sick of competing. It was just, I'm not that guy. Like, what I skateboard because I like doing big 180s. So that's not cool in skateboarding anymore. So I was like, I don't really want to impress the judges, you know? Like, I'm not, skateboarding is for me. Skateboard for me, and if you don't like it, then I'm just gonna go home. So Tony's got a radio show on Sirius and said, hey man, do you want to be my co-host? Because I've done the Boom Boom Huck Jam and stuff and became good friends with him. And I think the thing that he would take from me is that I'm a fun guy to be around, and I was a funny guy, so he thought, I know a guy would be fun to be around on the radio, so I'll ask Jason. And I was like, hell yeah, $500 a show, and things were, I was already on my way out, so like any money was good, and you know, I knew that skateboarding was coming to an end. And the first show I did, it was, I just knew that I was, out of anything I've ever done in my life, this is the most I've ever been born to do something. Skateboarding wasn't easy to me at all. And I became one of the best dudes in the world at it. And I thought, in radio, I was like, man, I'm really good at this. If I trained as hard at radio as I did at skateboarding, I could be the best. I could finally be the best at something. Because I was never the best skateboarder in the world. I could finally be the best, you know, and all the mishaps and the things that didn't fall into place in my skateboard life for whatever reasons, that lit the fire for the radio. Because you get kicked in the nuts a lot on your way up. People shit on you. I mean, we still don't even have a producer, and my show's like supposedly the #2 show on satellite radio. So I just take it as you've got to get kicked in the nuts. You've got to pay your dues, you know. And really, it's been a pretty easy run for me. It's like the fastest growing radio show in the history of radio. So that's, you got to be kicked in the nuts. That's just how I've always said. You got to get beat down to receive the ultimate gift. You know, like if you really want the glory, you want to be the champion of the world, it doesn't just fall in your lap. That's my experience. So that's how that happened. Good old Tony Hawk. Well, you know, risking your life for stuff is. Normal people look at it like that, but I understand, it's not risking your life, it's living your life. You know what I mean? Like, you might be involved in something that you might die or break your arms. Like, I don't know. I don't, you know, well, mate, well, listen, you want to live your life and do something that for the rest of your life that doesn't involve you getting hurt? I say you haven't lived your life. That's my opinion. So I think that everybody that rides motocross and surfs and whatever fucking snowmobile you want to fucking jump and you could possibly break your back and be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life, I say go for it. Fuck everybody. You know, I live my life to the fullest, and I live as, you know, like a kid. I got 2 kids. Are you sure you want to keep getting punched in the face at 40, Jason? You can get punchy, you can get brain damage, you can... Yeah, okay, maybe for the smartest thing, maybe I come to think of it, like, maybe I should have stayed in school, but I didn't. I made this choice. This is who I am. I love skateboarding, I love danger, and I love pain, and you got to know who you are. I'm very passionate about it, and as I see everybody in action sports, obviously they're very passionate about what they do. It's all the only similar thing with skateboarding and all that stuff is I understand there's the motocross mentality, freestyle moto, BMX. I understand all their mentalities because it's the same mentality that I have. It's, you cannot think of anything else than what you're doing. You just love it that much. It's unconditional. So if your life's on the line, it's not even a fucking... And you never look at it like that. Like, big wave surfers don't pull into a fucking wave and say, if this one goes wrong, I could die. I've never rolled down the mega ramp and said, if I don't make this... You know what? I did at the end, and I'm retired. Because I was like, you can't roll down this fucking roll and say that to yourself, Jason. This is all bad for you. So, and when it comes to just innovating and people getting better and stuff, I mean, I remember when I was a kid thinking that, you know, there were certain things that you couldn't do on a skateboard, and being in skateboarding for 20 years and seeing all that be done tenfold. Like, I remember a blunter fakie. I mean, a blunter fakie on vert just seemed ridiculous. And I always used to joke about it at the end of my career. I was like, I would love to go back to like 1985 with what I have in my brain and just pop one of those out and be the most famous person in the world and win every contest. It's not even a fucking hard trick. There's like people that can't even skate that can do it now. Like, and I remember nose stall. Like, I remember trying to do a nose stall because Neil Glenn had done it on a mini ramp, and it was just to try to sit on your nose and drop in backwards on a vert ramp was fucking unheard of, and I could not make that work. And then in the end, like 34 years old, washed up, doing fucking half cab no slide revert or whatever, like nothing. So I think normal people get weird about it, but to me it's no big deal. I'm never surprised about anything that anybody does in any sport. I'm not scared for anybody. I just think it's the way of the world. We're getting better at everything. I'm Jason Ellis, and you're watching Action Recon.